Okay, so now we are on to election planning, which is Mr. Ridgway and Mr. Meister again.
Okay. So in your packet, you have facility performance scorecards for all of the schools in the geographic zones. I picked those up from the printer today. So I'm going to give all of you copies of those. We're still working on a few at some of our iConnect zone schools, and we will get these in the Pony tomorrow. And so then we will begin messaging that people can, again, go get these. Do you guys have any questions about what you saw on these facility performance scorecards? Yes. It was late nights. Okay.
Just to emphasize that, you know, what's going to happen here, especially in the upper right hand corner of these, this is the box that we have set aside for the priority 2 things for the election proposal, and so each school has the amount that's available according to the way we allocated it based on the weighted size and age of the building. And so as those buildings make those decisions on what they want to pursue over the course of the next month, we will then be able to populate those specific projects into these as well.
So then as that gets populated, we'll be rerunning this, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. We'll definitely update on the digital versions of these.
So after that, you had 3 pages of architectural renderings for priority 1. These are not what I would call final, but just kind of some initial views as to what is being talked about so far at this point. This one at Sand Creek High School, I'd say, is probably the one that has the most opportunity to still have some significant changes to it, because this is where we're not necessarily adding space. You know, it's a lot cleaner on the other 2 schools where we're actually adding space. Instead, here we're remodeling existing space. And so I know there's still a lot of discussions happening at the building level. And in some ways for them, it will kind of, the priority 1 and priority 2s will definitely have to be working together. And so they're going to kind of probably come to some conclusion with both of those options kind of at the same time over the course of the next month. Sean got up and left already? Okay, so oops. So again, you know, this, I really am excited about this because this portion of the building is what's called out down here in the lower right. You know, where they have this set of classrooms that they're wanting to open up and create that flexible learning space, and on both stories. That's a 2-story section of the building, so they want to do that with both stories. And then you can see, you know, they already have a lot of other smaller improvements and remodels around the building, and I think there's going to be more of that to come as they work on their full list over the next month. This is Falcon High School, and so this is where we're adding space over here to the, I think it's the north side of that campus. A lot of CTE focus, as you would expect to see here. Mr. Ridge, we had that. I think we put that in the updated packet, so maybe it's not. Hopefully you have that in your packets. No? Okay. We'll send that out to you separately then, I guess. But that, Vista Ridge, if you recall, that's where we're adding auditorium space and secondary gym space. That's happening on the west side of that building, is where all of that. They're kind of preliminary, but again, there's not so many options, not so many decisions to be made. This is where it makes sense. I think architects are still working through some of the details, so I guess that's why I wouldn't want to necessarily say it's finalized, but this is where, and those, both of the Falcon and Vista Ridge are also very consistent with what we did in 2014 with 3B. So we're able to leverage that a lot. So there's, again, like there's not nearly as many opportunities, if you will, to customize that or to change that. So I wanted to provide you those, so you had those to look at and provide us any thoughts or feedback on those early pictures.
No, I already asked you about this, but parking at Vista Ridge already is slim pickings at times. Is there any room around there to add on parking in the future?
Jack, we want to chime in on that one, please?
Yes, there is. There is a section of land, just kind of the northeast corner, where the parking lot can be, and that's really what it's designed for right now is additional parking.
With the land by the come and go, is anything happening with that? It's right across the street from, I was thinking Sand Creek. Actually.
Yeah, that's
It's
Sand Creek.
Sand Creek. Okay. All right.
I was gonna say, unless I haven't,
I was thinking Sand Creek. I was there looking at the parking there too. It doesn't, but that's,
So just another general election update. We continue to make a lot of presentations to school staffs. I've done quite a few this week. Have quite a few again scheduled for next week. I think those are going well and getting a lot of good response and good review of what they're seeing in the proposal. A couple of suggestions for mostly about what audiences we want to continue to try and take the message to. So that's good and helpful. So again, all things are really kind of still moving in that positive direction we've set out for us.
Any questions? Okay, thank you.